Like Skyrim, the Red Dead Redemption series has quite a lot of side missions for the player to uncover. And, well, considering this is the first video I've done about the side missions, I decided why not do two of them. So the two I have planned for today is of course The Wronged Woman and Ava and Pearl. I believe that these are the two darkest missions within the Red Dead series, and I feel like I should share the knowledge with those who might not have done them. So, let's get into the video. Obviously, I'll be covering The Wronged Woman first, and so, what is that one about? Well, pretty much, in a church near Blackwater, John/Jack can find out that there is a young woman who is with child. She of course claims that a man in Blackwater by the name of Thomas is responsible for the pregnancy and had pretty much kind of left her to pick up the pieces. She of course wants, well, actually no, of course John/Jack of course gets the money to help her support her child, but with a bit of a fight from the man. Of course, the two have a duel which basically ends with the dude's death, and a couple days later, after delivering her the money, you of course find out that this woman never worked for his family, and he was not the father of the child. So John unknowingly basically killed some random dude who, well, really had no responsibility towards her. So kind of a gut punch in the end, and a tragic loss of life. And of course, for the second one, we of course have Ava and Pearl. Ava and Pearl is a mission we can get down in Mexico during the events of the story. Of course, we meet a man who, well, who has a woman of the night, and of course we have to pay him to secure the lady's freedom. And of course, after talking to a nun, I think a few days after, we of course can find out that the guy basically killed her, and we get to duel him. And this is probably one of the hardest duels in the game, and I died multiple times. That's pretty much the mission. There's probably a few things I left out, but this was of course the general, well, kind of generalization of these two. So why do I think that they're the darkest? I mean, considering there is American Appetites and Flowers for a Lady in this game, two missions that are arguably probably darker compared to these two. If I had to answer that question, I believe that these two are one of the more darker missions, just mainly due to the tragedy behind them. American Appetites is a mission you get pretty early on, and I feel like that one's been explained too much. Well, Flowers for a Lady, it's disturbing, but in my opinion, not really as dark as these two. American Appetites, it's a grim mission, and is a fair contender for the darkest mission in this game, but I believe these two are a bit worse because I guess technically there's something that John could have done to prevent these from getting even darker. Well, with American Appetites, that one, I mean, he doesn't really have, I don't know, I don't think he really has much involvement in that one until the ending of that storyline where he can make a decision, but that's just my opinion. These were interesting missions, but I wouldn't recommend them for the faint of heart. But other than that, that was just some quick thoughts on two of the more darker missions in this game. I'll of course be covering more missions in this game as well with hopefully the GTA series and potentially Fable and Mass Effect. I don't know if I will get to those anytime soon, but I'll hopefully eventually get to them. So, of course, until then, goodbye.